This video is called the Yoda simulation response. Computer simulations have been used by various martial artists, integrated martial scientists, if you will, for quite some time now. And I want you to understand that we live in a culture in America, really all over the world, where people emulate and channel ideas from the TVs, from soap operas, TV shows, from movies. And Star Wars is one of the most popular movies. And most people don't consider martial arts and techniques as much as they consider Star Wars, including martial artists themselves. Isn't that tragic? So let's start with the idea when Yoda takes on the Emperor. He says, if so powerful you are, why run? Well, why did Yoda take on the Emperor in the first place? Why didn't he retreat? Is it not apparent that the martial art hero will emerge and he will try to efface evil in the most effective manner with the information that he is allowed to have or that he ascertains one way or another? Very straightforward. I don't think any honest martial artist could avoid that argument, especially when we consider that the martial arts in the movie aren't just based on Igbo and Egyptian martial art ideas, but how they were transferred and changed in Eastern martial arts systems. Darth Vader's helmet, for example, is based on a samurai's helmet. And there are other examples as well. I don't have time to go through them, nor do I remember all of them at this point. Let us go to the first point, shall we? After we consider, if so powerful you are, why run? Something to that effect, he said. And then Palpatine responded about something to the effect of his student will be more powerful, right? And of course, his student benefits from ill-gotten gains. Did they not go out of their way to kill the younglings and things of this nature, right? The idea was after ill-gotten gains are applied, then the bad guys will emerge. I don't think anybody can honestly say that the direction of humanity is good. It is stupid not to assume that after I'm gone, nothing but evil martial artists will emerge as the most popular and respected in society. This is deplorable. The fact that I even feel the need to point this out shows how immature society is. Certainly, if the top martial artist feels the need to point out that the martial artists after him have no honor and are despicable, ill-gotten gain scum, certainly he is right, and society is immature. So first point, Yoda's style itself, for so many reasons, proves my point. Let's touch on the more obvious and easily communicated reasons. Number one, again, his style is aerial, right? Aerial. Think the hawk, the falcon. Horus versus Set with his worldly snake form, boar, hippo, etc. It's aerial. It's in the air. He flies around and relies on a large degree of maneuverability. It would be more accurate than not to say that Yoda relies entirely on maneuverability, okay, in terms of his specific style. This also is similar to Bruce Lee's argument of forms and traditional systems being impractical for actual combat. Bruce Lee himself relies on a degree of footwork. If you don't see that, watch his movies again, watch his behavior. He has a Jeet Kune Do footwork, and it's kind of hard to predict where he's going to step next. So between his arguments about forms and set positions, right? Forms are set positions, right? And footwork. The movie itself, Anakin Skywalker, Horus, right? And Luke Skywalker, again, Horus. You know, there isn't any Star Wars movie that would suggest that any Jedi were greater than Luke, Yoda, and Anakin. And these are martial arts applications, minus the superhuman abilities they have, and we'll get into that momentarily. Number two, anyone that is serious about hand-to-hand combat will notice this. The military and martial artists who are serious by default. However, I do think in regards to the police academy fails to emphasize this and teaches police officers only how to detain unfocused idiots with, under the premise that most dangerous criminals are unfocused and easy to detain, and the more intelligent criminals are kind of Bill Gates, Harry Potter types that won't put up much of a fight when you actually pull them over, etc. This also brings up the idea of overcome, which is another kind of sexual reference, right? Come in terms of semen. Number three, Yoda's facial features are similar to my father's and his grandfather. Okay, it kind of where this particular type of Igbo bloodline overlaps with particular types of Japanese bloodlines, for instance, and some Chinese, etc. Right? It's sort of wide-faced, wide-eyed, with the expressions of pain sort of more effectively expressed in the face. People who live in reality and hone their senses, especially and breed with other people that appreciate this, okay, have faces that express these things, which drugging has not only affected, their covert drugging has not only affected my ability to see, but also my ability to express my hero and heroic genes, okay? The fact that I'm a hero and my heroic genes. Number 4, the more wise and sharp martial art mind prevails in sparring. Even when we look at the idea of the force, again, there's technology. Mind tricks have to do with scientists having certain technology that allows them to read their mind. In Japan is one of the places where it came out. Do your Google search, there's patents and so on. Moving objects, again, this is something that scientists can come up with certain gadgets and techniques to move objects, magnets and advanced magnets and frequencies and what have you. Okay. Lightning from the hands, again, this is something with implants and so on. This is nowhere near out of the realm of possibility, and they perhaps have some devices that do something similar already. But when we're talking about the martial art movements, the fast movements of the lightsaber duel between Luke Skywalker and Obi-Wan Kenobi, again, Obi, another reference to Ebos and ultimately to the Skywalker, the Qua, backwards is Hawk, with the H removed, the H is the fence, okay? So the technologies themselves are pretty much scientists and magicians' way of giving you the kind of Mickey Mouse addition to martial arts, the unwanted integrated martial arts sciences. When I say unwanted, I mean by the true martial artists, and really wanted by people who are magic tricks. They're basically like hookers, prostitutes, who are prostituting themselves to the deplorable scientists who have always served the needs of the elite first and foremost, and have always surrendered their inventions and even their medicines to the scrutiny and the control of the system, which we all know is controlled by corrupt scum. So what kind of a person would give corrupt scum the control mechanisms they need to more effectively control society? There is no place for science as such in the martial arts. Only the natural sciences that naturally accompanied the martial arts thousands of years ago. Number 5, philosophy versus bred to be submissive to systems and arrogance. Okay? The arrogance, mind you, has no place on the highest levels of natural, no cheating, no ill-gotten gains, martial arts. Okay? So, in other words, Yoda's philosophy was do or do not, there is no try. He had a philosophy that represented an ability to, and the desire to address evil, okay, in truth. He would not approve of cheating and magic tricks, only techniques that are applicable for combat with a special emphasis on combating evil. That was what the Jedi system was. Now keep in mind, I do believe, and I'm positive, that the Jedi system is inferior to mine. I even bought the Jedi manual and went out of my way to explore the philosophies that went into it and what they're trying to say and so on and so forth. It is quite despicable compared to mine, but it is superior compared to the other systems, with all due respect. This has to be said. It would be a form of arrogance for me to beat around the bush in this matter. Am I concerned with my image, my family, my people's image more than society? I am well aware that you people have expressed a desire to, you are in the process of, and certainly no one should put it past you when it comes to sabotage. That is your main martial art technique. You rely on the sabotage of people like me for you to shine. You rely on Apep swallowing the sun, so to speak. So your Moon Temple philosophy and your worldly philosophy, your key, your Babylonian and Mesopotamian kind of Sumerian kind of Canaanite ideology that traveled to the east can shine and ultimately travel to the west. Number 6, generations of breeding toward arrogance and the inability to admit that the best martial artists didn't start your system makes it easier to beat you. This is a fault that has been passed on through your DNA. I apologize if this is offensive, but this is truth. If you are sparring with your eyes closed and you are losing 10-0 every time, should I not tell you to open your eyes because your masters made a system where your eyes are closed? I'm sure you can make the proper connections in regards to this statement. Thank you.